So about a year ago, I made the mistake of thinking it was a good idea to let my boyfriend's childhood friends, a couple, let's call them Mark and Jill, move into our basement to save money. My boyfriend had known Mark since they were kids and they were working together at the time. I actually liked both of them. We'd hang out, have dinner together 4 or 5 times a week, and everything seemed totally normal. I genuinely didn't think it'd be a problem. Spoiler, it was a problem. A big one. At first, things were fine. But then Jill started getting weird. It started small. Like she'd wait by the front door for me to get home from work. Not like casually passing through, waiting. Then she'd immediately go in for a long, lingering hug and say things like, "I love you so much." Every single day, I brushed it off at first. Maybe she was just overly affectionate. But then she started making odd, jealous comments about my body. I'd be wearing like jeans and a t-shirt, and she'd say something like, "Wow, must be nice to have an ass like that," but in this weird, resentful tone. Also, if anyone, especially her boyfriend, complimented my cooking, she'd visibly tense up and say things like, "Oh, I guess we all have our talents," followed by a dead-eyed smile. Next came the comments about money. If I got a new pair of shoes or even groceries that weren't from the clearance rack, she'd say, "Oh, must be nice to afford that," with a smug little chuckle like I was rubbing it in her face. Mind you, they were living in our house, paying way less than what they were before, at the time. Then I got pregnant, and that's when Jill fully unhinged. She started talking about how she was going to quit her job and become our live-in nanny, except we didn't ask for one. And I told her I planned to breastfeed. Her response? "Oh, I'll still help out at night. I'll be right there with you." What? Then the kicker. She casually mentioned that she told her coworker that we were going to share the baby. Share. The baby. I told my boyfriend, who finally admitted that this was super creepy. It was his idea to ask them to move out. We gave them a generous 4-month notice to find a new place. And that's when the passive-aggressive silent war started. Jill stopped speaking to me completely. They both only communicated with my boyfriend. It was like I'd been ghosted in my own home. They'd walk past me without even looking at me, but if my boyfriend was around, they were suddenly all smiles. To make matters worse, Mark started sitting out back with my boyfriend and secretly telling him that I was crazy and manipulative. He was trying to poison the well, subtly implying I was the problem while Jill plotted to be my backup uterus. We counted the days until they finally left, and when they did, they left skid marks. No goodbye, no thanks. Still owing me money for utilities and movies they rented on my cable account. Just pure awkward, skin-crawling weirdness. So yeah, if your boyfriend's childhood friends need a place to stay, let them know the nearest Motel 6 has vacancy. Because sometimes, helping people out turns into a lifetime thriller with bonus gaslighting and a surprise custody battle over a baby that hasn't even been born yet. 10 out of 10 would not recommend.